my 30 years of coaching, I noticed great putters do three things. They have the putter face square at impact, they deliver the perfect loft so the ball rolls the right distance, and they have no body movement. Today I'm going to share with you how you can do those three things. As a matter of fact, I'm going to share with you a tip that I got from a tour pro who went on to win a US Open. Now when we talk about aiming the putter face, getting the ball started on line, it's the most important thing. So I've got a putt right here that's probably, let's say, 15 to 18 feet. Now I've read the putt and I can tell that it's definitely got some break from left to right. So when I line this ball up, what I want to do is I want to line the ball up. Now most golf balls, I got a Titleist here, have, you know, a line or some aiming device on them. Now you want to take this and you want to point it to where you want the golf ball to start. So let me give you a visual here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a tee about 3 or 4 inches left of the cup, because that's where I want the ball to start. So if we're going to deliver a putter face that's perfectly square, we want that square to be relative to where we want the ball to start. Now a lot of amateur golfers, they get set up, they aim perfectly straight, and then they realize the putt's going to break, so they try to pull it over. So the first thing that great players do is they get the putter face aimed where they want the ball to start. All right, so I got about an 18-foot putt. I'm reading this at about a 3 to 4 inch break outside the left edge. I've lined up the aiming device on the golf ball towards the tee. I take the line on my G-Track putter. I line up all those lines. I go ahead and roll it. The ball started right on line. Obviously it was a little short, but you could see it started on line. Now the second thing that great putters do that I've noticed in my 30 years of coaching from experienced golfers, right? You know who you are, right? If you're not afraid, tell us how old you are. We love giving golf tips for experienced golfers, and I got my main man, Nick, give him the thumbs up. Nick is giving us a thumbs up on this tip. You give us a thumbs up as well. But what I've noticed in working with all levels of golfers is great putters have no body movement. Now, one of the ways that they do that is that when they set up, they have more weight on their lead foot. So I'm a right-handed golfer, so my left foot is the lead foot. So when I'm set in here, and this is what I would suggest that you do, is I want you to feel like you have a little bit more weight on your lead foot. Now, how much weight? I'd say maybe 60, 70%. And you know, if you're following the vertical line swing system, we love the 60-40 in the full swing, but in putting, we also like the 60-40. When you're set in there, if you put a little bit more weight on your lead foot, what that will help you do is stabilize it. So through the motion, I want you to feel like your weight stays on the lead foot throughout the whole motion. So that's going to keep your body nice and steady. Now here's a little tip that I didn't plan on talking about before I get to the third thing, okay, and that is delivery loft. This is how you watch the ball roll to the cup. Now watch this, this is important. This is a golden nugget right here. When you hit the putt and you stay on your lead foot, your head should rotate this way. Everybody see that? Boom. This way versus like that. Totally different. So let me do the incorrect way once, and then I'm going to do the correct way, and then we're going to talk about delivery loft and that tip I got from a US Open champion. So here we go. This would be the incorrect way. I putt it, and see how my head moves up this way, and oh, I thought I was going to make it. Nick was going to give me a thumbs down. Nick, thumbs down if I make it on that one, right? Now the correct way would be this. Watch the head movement. This is the golden nugget. I'm set in. I've got my putter face aimed where I want the ball to start. I roll it. My head rotates this way, and I hit a more solid putt. Now the third thing is what we call delivery loft. And when we deliver the putter face, at the moment of impact, we want to deliver the same loft time and time again. So if you struggle with distance control, this is for you. Pay attention. So what's happening is that at impact, you're changing the loft. Sometimes you're adding loft, sometimes you're de-lofting, but the delivery loft is not consistent time and time again. Now, all putters have some form of loft on them. Now in the G-Track, of course, the first adjustable putter, you can move it forward, you can move it back to all the different positions, but one of the reasons that we had the adjustable shaft is because most golfers tend to add loft. All right, so it looks like this. They hit a putt and they add loft. Now when you add loft, as I just said, distance control becomes very difficult. Think about it for a second. Why does your 9-iron go shorter and higher than your 6-iron? Well, because it has more loft. So if one time you're delivering 3 degrees of loft, and then the next time you deliver 5, and then you deliver 8, and then you deliver 3, it's very difficult to get the golf ball to roll the right distance. Now the question is, how do you manage that delivery loft? Well, here's what you're gonna do. When you're set in there, what I want you to feel is that the butt end of the putter, you can see right here at the top where it says G-track, the butt end of the putter, the red part here, moves forward through the stroke. See that? It moves forward. It doesn't back up. This is the mistake that most golfers make, is it backs up. So keep the top part of the putter, the red part, moving towards the target. So let me go ahead and tie this together, and then we're gonna talk about the tip that a tour pro who went on to win the US Open gave me in a Pro-Am round. So here we go. I've got the ball. Well, let me get back to the spot. Let me line the ball up, right? Where you want it to start. That's the first thing. Then we're gonna get the putter face square to that line. Then we're gonna get our weight forward so we have stability, and in the motion, I'm gonna keep the red working towards the tee. Okay, that was a little bit better. I pulled it just a tad, but I had better distance control. The tip that I got from US Open champion, you might have heard this guy, Cory Paven. How many of you out there ever had a chance to watch Cory Paven? If you did, put it in the comments. I got a chance to play in a Pro-Am with this guy, and first of all, what a classy guy, and what a nice guy, and he was willing to share a lot of information. And one of the things that I noticed about Cory Paven was his lead hand grip, and he also used the same type of putter throughout his entire career. If you know what that putter was, put it in the comments, all right? Because you're probably about my age when you watched him win that US Open. But what he did in his lead hand is he took his lead hand and he rotated it under. See that? So he took his lead hand and he really rotated it under. So I said, Cory, as a kid watching you golf, I noticed that your lead hand always kind of rotated under. Why did you do that? He said, when I was in college, one of the golf pros said, hey, rotate that hand under because it's gonna help you keep the putter face square. Remember tip number 1, square, aim to the target line where I want the ball to roll longer. So next time you head to the golf course, when you're set in there, take your lead hand, rotate the palm underneath just a little bit. It might feel a little awkward at first, but what you'll notice is it takes all of the rotation out of the putter face and can help you keep the golf ball on line. Now that we've got your putting figured out, check out my next video. And if you want to personally work with us on your golf game, check out VLScoaching.com.